Hello and welcome to Kegums for the Latvian round of the UEM 125 European Championship. It's round 3 of the 2013 series. Of course, you join us live on MX Live TV with me, Paul Malin, and the riders are out on their sighting lap at the moment. And in a moment, we'll take you around a little visit of where we are. Well, a short drive away from the capital, Riga. Beautiful city, as you can see. About an hour's drive from here, 45 minutes to an hour, something like that. And it's the largest city of the Baltic states. And over the past few years, this relatively flat Zelta Zurg circuit, organised and run by the Baltic Cup Federation, has proven to be quite a difficult circuit to come to. Of course, we've had MX1, MX2 and MX3 here. We've also had European 250s here in the past, but it's the first time that 125s will ride here as a European series. So, going to be slightly different for those guys this weekend, although there are one or two that have ridden here before in FIM Junior World Cup competition. But I guess the favourite, the one that everybody wants to see, is the series points leader, the guy who finished third in the championship last year, Paul Jonas, on the Wilvo Nastan JM Racing KTM. He has 3 wins out of 3 so far. Quick look at the circuit then, just over 1,500 metres long. And it's the start straight that is the most important thing here, because 75, 80 metres into turn 1. And as you can see, 180 degrees. Immediately after that, we go into the blue zone and into the wave section. So, but it's the first corner that might prove difficult for some riders, although actually there wasn't that much drama through there yesterday in all the races. So maybe the riders have learned their lesson over the past few years.
We've had absolutely glorious weather here this weekend. Things have cooled off a little bit earlier this morning, but to be honest with you, we've just come down to the start line for the round 3 of the European 125 final race, and it's starting to get sunnier and it's starting to get a little bit warmer. But let's have a word with Paul Jonas, because it's an important weekend for you. It's your home round. How are you feeling ahead of it?
That's great. The home crowd, home fans. That's awesome. That you are feeling great. Like every fan is up, cheers for you. That's great.
And it's been a while since we've seen you, because I think the last time was in Portugal. What have you been up to? How's training going? Yeah,
training is going well. I train in Latvia, not as usually in Belgium. And yeah, training in Latvia is really awesome. We are all trainers here. Yeah, the trainings were good.
Well, enjoy it out there today. We're going to carry on up, and we're going to have a word also with Anton Lundgren. Anton, you made a fantastic start to the season. Didn't have such a great time in Portugal. What happened there?
No, I had some problem with the bikes in Portugal, but yeah, I think we are ready to this race, so I hope for a good day. So.
And you were happy with the semi-final race yesterday? Because a good performance from you.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but yeah, I'm going to try to follow the fast guys the best I can. So.
Best of luck out there today. And we're also going to, before we finish off down here, have a word with Davey, who's just snuck in here. Davey, it's great to see you back. It was a big crash for you in Trentino, right on the first corner.
Yes, it was a big crash, but now I'm okay and try to get a good start and finish in the top 10, maybe top 5.
Well, fingers crossed. And how did you feel out there yesterday? Confident?
Yeah, it was good, but only in the qualifying race I had a bad start, but I came back to 9, so it was good.
Thanks, Davey. Right, that's all from us down here on the start line.
Well, before the riders enter the track via the Monster Energy presentation zone, just a quick reminder that we do have a social media contest. It's a competition. If you go to our MXGP Facebook page and enter the social photo contest, you can win a signed Dean Ferris Motocross top jersey and his replica helmet. Also, you get to watch the rest of the Motocross Grand Prix season on MX Live TV for free. Also, we've got the Monster Energy Motocross of Nations in Germany at the end of September at Teushenthal. We've got VIP tickets for you as well, so come and join us in the high-class VIP corner at the Motocross of Nations. Get the best experience for the biggest motocross event visit motocrossmx1.com. That's our own website here for Youthstream, and buy your tickets today. Of course, the Motocross of Nations, one of the, if not the biggest motocross event anywhere in the world. So take a look on motocrossmx1.com, and tickets for the Motocross of Nations, the VIP tickets. Also, let's not forget the Motocross Festival at Matterley Basin as well. There's riders there. We have the amateurs can enter that. It gives you opportunity. We had it last year as well. So again, if you go to the Motocross MX1 website and scroll down through the news pages, I think it's on page 2. It was posted on the 2nd of July, Race Your Dream at Matterley Basin. And obviously it was the first time that we were there last year. Almost 300 riders rode the track, including all the MX1, MX2 and Europeans from all categories, the veterans, and there was an amateur race as well. And if you want to ride that as an amateur, the amateur race entries are limited, so contact your national federation or the ACU Motocross Secretary, Sonia Goggin, at sonia.goggin, that's Goggin, at acu.org.uk. There's also a mobile number, or an office number, sorry, that you can call her on directly. You have to do this before the 30th of July to get more information, and gives you a list of things that you will receive as well for participating in that amateur race, including 3 paddock passes for the weekend, a living area pass, a truck pass, 2 event t-shirts, 2 meal tickets, and a commemorative red plate. So go to motocrossmx1.com for more information there. Now you can see the 125 riders just taking their position on the start line. Of course, we will give you the start list in just a moment, but at the moment the championship situation is Paul Jonas. He has 75 points. He's 21 clear of Calvin Belandren. Calvin Belandren has a 3rd, a 4th and a 5th over the 2 rounds that we've had here. Paul Jonas, the series leader, has 3 race wins. That's how they started in the qualifying race yesterday, the semi-final. Paul Jonas a winner from Belandren, Freddie Van Belist, and the rest. I'll go through that in a second. Nick Durcourt is 3rd in the championship, Henry Jacobi 4th, and Frederick Van Belist is in 5th. But the qualifying race, Paul Jonas led every single one of the laps, went around the first turn first, and was never caught. Eventually went on to win by, let's see how far actually. I know it's quite comfortable, 18 seconds in the end. Anton Lundgren started 2nd, we heard from him a moment ago, but dropped to 3rd after the first lap when he was passed by Frederick Van der Vlist, I should say. And then he, about the half distance, got caught again and dropped down to 4th as Belandren came through, and he would eventually take 2nd on the final lap. So it was Jonas, Belandren, Van der Vlist, Lundgren, Henry Jacobi started 5th, finished 5th. Alvin Osland was 6th, Tommaso Ciliaca was 7th, Nick Durcourt was 8th, Davy Puches was 9th, and Ivan Baranov was 10th, with Max Engelin and David Herbertro in 12th place. He started 14th, dropped to 15th before eventually climbing back into 12th position. Riccardo Righi crashed on the first turn, came around at the end of the first lap in 27th, eventually came home in 19th, and Michael Eccles, the young Brit, started 20th, got to 19th, but it was pretty tough going out there for the youngster. Eventually he came home in 22nd position, so he'll be looking for something a little bit different today. And I think that was him just 2 over from the box in the middle of the start line area. "15-second board goes up then. Dave Nichol, our race director, just about to get the riders under starters orders down there. That board turns to 5. The revs go up, the heads go down, the clutch is about to drop any moment now. And right up the inside, gate number 1 on the left, Paul Jonas, but it's Davy Puches, but then he runs wide. Was it Puches actually? I think it was, yeah. But he's lost a lot of ground, and it's Nicolas Durcourt who goes through a big puddle on the inside and sprays Jonas right at the time when he doesn't want it. But it's Nicolas Durcourt, 4:11, who leads the way at the moment. Big whip for him over the first monster jump. Then it's 1:41. Pauls Jonas there in the background. I think it might have been 188. Freddie van der Vlist in third place on the Kimi Raytec van der Laar Yamaha. Couldn't quite see the number of the rider in fourth position. Might be Vlanderen actually, number 10. So Vlanderen right where he wants to be. Lundgren just behind him. And then Alvin Osland as well. We've got Max Engelin in 7th. Lorenzo Rivera is 8th. David Puch is 9th. Even Baranov in 10th position. As Derkor coming under pressure from the guy who's on fire this weekend in front of a home crowd, the Latvian Pauls Jonas, on the approach to the finish line jump. Give you the first official count now. So it's Derkor from Jonas, Van der Vlist in 3rd, Vlanderen in 4th as 85 going down. That's Overtrope on the Bud Racing Rockstar Husqvarna. So Vlanderen in 4th position. 5th is Anton Lundgren. 6th is Alvin Osland. 7th, Max Engelin. David Puch is 8th. Lorenzo Rivera 9th. Henry Jacobi 10th. Even Baranov 11th. Thomas Silieka 12th. Nick Adams 13th. Joel van Mechelen, the 118, is in 14th position. Jonas looking for a way at the inside of Derkor. Not going to get done through here though as he enters the wave section, or maybe he is. Shows him a front wheel at least. Who's got the better line at the end of the straight? And it's Jonas. Crowder up over on the hillside on the right-hand side. Gets the power down, takes a look over to his left, and Derkor storms down the inside and forces Jonas wide. And Reed takes the lead. So Nicolas Derkor, who burst onto the scene at Bastogne last year in Belgium and ended up taking a pretty good result there. Got on the podium in his first attempt there against the likes of James Dunn and Tim Geiss, who dominated that weekend. Quick replay of the start. Joel van Mechelen just getting squeezed there, not getting a good jump at all. But Puches just ran on too wide in the end. And that opened the door for Jonas, but also Derkor went through in turn 2, pushing the Latvian back into 2nd position. So the Wilvernastan JM Racing rider, number 141, second rider in shot. He's got the red number plate, indicates he is a series leader. Looking to challenge again, goes short this time on the step down. Will he flick across to the left-hand side? Whoa, I almost collected the rear wheel of Nicolas Derkor as he approached the finish line jump. So Derkor then continues to lead, but the fastest man on track and the fastest lap of the race is the guy behind him with a 1:58.5, just 2 tenths quicker than Nick Derkor, our race leader. Freddie van der Vlist is 3rd place. Anton Lundgren, Alvin Osland, Davy Puches, again, looking at the inside, but not making it through there. The guy in 2nd. Davy Puches 6th, Engelin is 7th, Jacobi 8th, Baranov 9th, Rivera 10th. 11th is Nicholas Adams, 12th, Calvin Vlanderen, so he's been down and lost a lot of positions. So Calvin Vlanderen now in 12th place, Silieka 13th, Van Mechelen 14th, 15th, Ricardo Rigi. Then we've got Dravinskis in 16th, Thomas Vermeil 17th, Van Noblen 18th, Filippo Zonta 19th, and Mario Chetti in 20th place. Just outside the points, Mika Kord-Barlag, Kurt Parbo, Mika Levanov, Thomas Marini, Artem Gervais, and Rennie de Jong. As Jonas does go through this time, almost loses the front end as well at the end of the straight. So great bit of riding there from Pauls Jonas. Switched his line at the top of the straight. And you hear the support from him here. Matis Caro has been the darling of the crowds over recent years because of the MX1 and MX2 Grand Prix being held here, but never had a 1-2-5 European round, and obviously playing into the hands of the Wilvernastan JM Racing KTM rider. Look at the gap he's already put in on Nicolas Derkor, just to give you some indication as to how fast he's pushing. So over the line then for the 2nd time. We have a new leader, Pauls Jonas. Fastest lap of the race, 57.007. 59.770 for Derkor. Already that gap, 2.4 seconds. So really putting the hammer down as the MJC Yamaha mechanics handing out the board, just offering a little bit of encouragement to the French teenager. But he's coming under pressure now from the 188, Frederick van der Vlist. Van der Vlist from the Netherlands on the Kimi Ratek van der Laar Yamaha. Had a good qualifying yesterday. Obviously liked the circuit, liked the conditions that he was up against, but he's in 5th place in the championship. He had a storming first race ride when it was 2 motos at Arco di Trento, first round of the season. Didn't have anything left for the second moto though, but certainly showed that he can ride hardpack as well as sand. And Van der Vlist 5th in the championship, just a point behind Henry Jacobi, and Jacobi down in 11th place at the moment, so he will be taking over that spot. And was only a couple of points behind Nicolas Durcourt as well, Durcourt just ahead of him. So it's going to be tightening up in the championship, and also Vlaanderen wasn't so far behind him either. Around about 6 points with Vlaanderen on the charge at the moment. Or he was. And he's down in 12th. So 18 minutes plus 2 laps to go in this final 1-2-5 race. Got the 250 race to follow on, of course. Not so long after this one. Here's Anton Lundgren. He's on the orange KTM 274, but he's coming under pressure from Alvin Osland. So these guys fighting over 4th and 5th. This is a battle for 2nd place. Oh, Durcourt jumping a little bit long, landing in the braking bumps, landing heavily as well. Left foot came off the foot peg, almost missed the corner, then makes a mistake going through the left-hander as he turns onto pit lane straight. Durcourt already 3.5 seconds down on our race leader. Putting in a good pace though. They've got about 6 seconds over the guys battling for 4th, and Alvin Osland has gone through. So Osland now in 4th place on the number 61 Team Mafia Yamaha. Finding a way through on Anton Lundgren on the KTM. But our race leader already through the waves, out of the left-hander and back in the opposite direction. Durcourt holding a tight line as they rejoin at turn 1, just behind them to our left as we look at it. A little bit of water gone down in the track. We've had about 30-degree temperatures here since we arrived on Thursday. Friday today, the coolest day, but I'm not sure if we're going to get rain or a little bit of mixed conditions today. This was Alvin Osland overtaking 274 of Anton Lundgren. Easily ran the outside in the end, then moved across the middle to defend the line in the corner that followed. Oh, and Van der Vlist up the inside of Durcourt. Durcourt tries to square off, but just runs into a little bit of trouble. Can he do anything about Pauls Jonas, our race leader? That gap, 3.4 seconds as they came over the line at the end of lap 3. So Van der Vlist clearly on the ascendancy here. Just needs to use his head. Couldn't do anything with him yesterday. Freddie Van der Vlist started in 4th, got up to 2nd after a couple of laps, but by then Jonas was already gone, and eventually he pulled clear by about 18 seconds. Kimi Ratek boys seem to be happy with that, so too did the Yamaha team of Nicolas Durcourt, MJC Racing. Takes a nervous look over his shoulder, wants to know how far. Nicely doubled into that right-hander, by the way. Wants to see how far Alvin Osland is. Well, that's about 6 seconds still. Meanwhile, Pauls Jonas has extended his lead ever so slightly, 3.9 seconds over Frederick Van der Vlist. GoPro camera shot of the start. There's our Get Athena whole shot line, just a trench in the sand. Getting ready for that for the MX1 and MX2 races a little later on. As you can see, that clearly would have been a whole shot for Pauls Jonas, although he was passed going into the 2nd turn. But that stripe is where it's going to matter. A little later on, we've got yellow flags waved just over the jump at the end of pit lane. The left-hander. That's why 97, one of the riders down there, Michael Ivanov. Here's Van der Vlist. Takes a quick look up, see exactly what's going on. You know what? He hasn't got the fastest first sector, 0.6 down, but he pulls that back on the second sector. So looking to close down. Remember that gap, 3.962 seconds between Pauls Jonas and Frederik Van der Vlist. Oh, and Jonas just sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:56.1. So yeah, 4.7 seconds now, the damage already being done. Pauls Jonas just riding, as you would expect, at his home round here. Pressure, what pressure? Thriving in the atmosphere out there on this Kegem circuit. The Zelta Zergs racetrack. Been coming here since 2009 for MX1, MX2, although we did have a couple of MX3 rounds here in 2005 and 2006. We're getting ready to go down to pit lane though. And we're going to go talk to the Will van der Staan JM Racing team. Catch up on the progress of this guy here, our current race leader and championship leader, Pauls Jonas. And I think we might be going down to speak to the team owner and team manager, Jackie Martins. Here he is.
Jackie, firstly, many happy returns during the week. Big birthday for you, right?
Wait, one more. I did. Let me. Sorry.
Many happy birthday during the week.
Yeah, thank you. 50 for sure is good. And but yeah, now we are on the race. Pauls is leading. It's good. Yeah, it's good for me. It's with the sponsors, everything. Yeah, it's fine.
And how was he feeling? Was he nervous? Because obviously this is an important race for him.
For sure, he was. His own sponsors, all the sponsors, what makes him happen to make start his career on this place. And yeah, I think but now when he's leading, he can handle it.
Thanks, Jackie.
Yeah, it certainly looks all right at the moment, does Pauls Jonas. 4.7 seconds clear of this guy here, 188, Frederik Van der Vlist of the Netherlands on the Kimi Ratek Van der Laar Yamaha. As he drops down. Hill, that used to be a more prominent triple step down actually, but seems to have been flattened out over the years, so you can jump high and long or short and low. 1:56, that might have been one of the other guys that went down a moment ago, Jordi van Nobelen of the Netherlands. Just making sure everything's right before he pulls back out onto the track. Henry Jacobi just here, number 29, just behind Max Engeland, so they're fighting over 10th position, rider in the middle. And the guy behind him, says Jacobi. And he's looking to mount the challenge on the 797. Max Engeland, but gets forced wide. But then, had he not ran into trouble on that bank there, he might have dropped it on the inside into the left-hander there. Pit crew telling him to come over to the left-hand side, or to the right, closest to the work area. Got a rider down, facing the opposite direction over that jump. Not a place you want to crash. It's a 97 again, Michael Ivanov. So obviously not having a great time on the Silver Action KTM. So we've got Pauls Jonas leading, Frederik Van der Vlist second, Nicolas Durcourt is third, Albin Osland fourth, Anton Lundgren fifth, Ivan Baranov is sixth, Davy Puchis seventh. Davy Puchis on the Red Bull KTM. Eighth is Calvin Verlanderen now on the Bodo Schmidt Motorsport machine. Ninth is Nick Adams, riding Kimi Ratek Van der Laar Yamaha, so a change of bike for him this year, or this weekend. And then in 10th place, we've got Max Engeland, the 797, that's who we're looking at there, hitting the monster jump now. And then behind him, we've got the 29, Henry Jacobi. He's in 11th position. The guy behind him is the 131, Thomas Silieka, who's looking to find a way through at the end of the straight. So these three fighting over 10th place now. In terms of the championship, Henry Jacobi the best placed of these guys. He's in fourth at the moment. A point behind Nicolas Durcourt, so he'll lose ground to the guy who sits in third place in this race. Talking about the 29 there, Henry Jacobi of Germany. He rides the Saarholz KTM race team. There's Silieka just railing the outside, trying to get the momentum and the slingshot, but almost jumps out of the track, dropping down the hill, through the penultimate corner and over the finish line they go. We've got 7 laps complete on the board. Oh, and Jacobi trying to lean on Engeland, but not able to make it work for him through there. So the Motorform MX England KTM rider from the Netherlands. Oh, we've got a rider down in the background. That'll be one of our top 15 guys. So Baranov comes out. He was in 6th position. This is Jacobi trying to put the squeeze on England, but both riders going for the same line. Could have been expensive for Jacobi. Had to take a look at the inside, make sure that Silieka wasn't about to come storming through as well. Could have gone down in that little exchange. The German, again, trying to go, it's brave, trying to go around the outside. Ah, Silieka makes a mistake in the background, the 131. Tries to regroup. Difficult when you've lost your momentum through that wave section. That tabletop doesn't look that big on our screens, but believe me, it's pretty steep and high takeoff. Not so wide across the top, but Verlanderen now has found a way past Davy Puches. Climbs up in the 7th position, so the number 10 here on the Bodo Schmidt Motorsport KTM in the white. Passing the Red Bull KTM there, 46 of Davy Puches. European champion last year, remember? Clinched that title at Matchley Basin at the MX Festival. So dropping downhill then, number 10. Calvin Verlanderen going after Anton Lundgren just ahead of him, 274. Obviously with Baranov going out, promotes him another position, so 2 places in the lap for Verlanderen. Rode hard in the semi-final in the qualifying race yesterday, or the semi-final, as it's officially known. Verlanderen now in 6th position, the rider on screen, number 10. Paul Jonas, our race leader, though, already through the wave section, coming out of the first corner. He's 5.9, well, let's call it 6 seconds clear of Freddie van der Vlis. Nick Durcourt another 7 seconds further back. Then Albin Osland, he's 4th. Lundgren there in the orange, the 274. He's in 5th place. The guy in white behind him, Verlanderen, he's in 7th. Davy Puches, the 46, coming into shot now. He's in 8th. Then we've got Nicholas Adams in 9th. Max Engeland still there. Or Adams in 8th, sorry. Engeland 9th. Jacobi still 10th. Silieka 11th. Van Mechelen 12th. Rivera 13th. Rigi 14th. Pachetti 15th. And then Vermeer, Travinskis, Cord Barlag, Zonta and De Jong taking us down to 20th position. Silieka going after Engeland. So I think we've lost Jacobi, have we? Yeah. Or maybe not. Well, there's 19. That's Nick Adams. Then Jacobi's gone through, so Jacobi now in 9th. Engeland in 10th. Silieka is in 11th position. We pick up our race leader. Paul Jonas, Will Wernerstein Racing, or JM Racing KTM. Working his way back round, he'll have this single jump through the right, over the tabletop. He'll turn right into the wave section, that take him back up to the start line area, into the first turn. See the moody grey clouds just starting to come in as well. We've got patches of sunlight out on the racetrack as Verlanderen, number 10, tries to go around the outside of Lundgren. Lundgren knows he's there, but offers nothing. And in the end, it's an easy pass for 5th place for Calvin Verlanderen. So 5 minutes plus 2 to go. What you see is what you get. Jonas, van der Vlis, Decor, that will be your podium. Stands like this at the moment. Of course, more importantly for Jonas, he'll be 4 wins out of 4. Next round for these guys will be in Germany at the Lausitzring. Then they'll go to the Czech Republic at Lockett. They'll go to Bastogne. They'll go to Matchley Basin. Then they'll go to the European round in Lierop on the 8th of September. That'll be their season finale. David Puchis just going through in 7th position. Heard him on the pre-grid prior to the start of the race. Had that big crash at Trentino in the first turn on the Saturday. Was down for a while, picked himself up, and then realised he got a dislocated shoulder. He's been concentrating on his riding. Didn't do the second round in Portugal. Been riding the Dutch Championship and trying to get his confidence back up. Looking good here this weekend, though. Just looking a little bit further down the field. There's Dirk Kort in amongst the back markers. 4:11. So Van der Vlist already gone through in second, and he's 12 seconds down. But he's still got a health advantage. Got to be careful there. And the left-hander, 7.94. Back marker, just holding things up. Where's he in the race? Oh, he's down in 32nd. Hasn't got too much time on his hand. Dirk Kort, well, it was Dirk Kort coming over the line, 4 seconds clear of Osland. But as you can see, Osland here on the left in the white and blue, getting past the back marker. The next guy in his visual is going to be Dirk Kort, just coming out of the right-hander into the wave section there, 4:11. Got another back marker in between them, though. So Alvin Osland on the Team Mafia Yamaha from Sweden. He's sensing a potential podium here in this first 125, and only 125 European race. It's the final. Round 3 of the championship. Quick wipe of the goggles. So obviously out of tear-offs, Dirk Kort. Through the 3 big rollers, difficult to double through there. Then you can see how choppy it is already. A lot of the track was flattened out last night after all of the action on track. And there was a lot of action yesterday because there was a 125 class. There were 2 groups of European 250, an A and a B. Of course, we had MX1 and MX2 as well. .357 not in the points. Alberto Prisenzano still stuck to Jack KTM, but 61. Osland going after Dirk Kort. This is a battle for 3rd place. These 2 riders in shot, the 4:11 and the 61. Jonas, our race leader, still comfortable at the head of the field, just over 5 seconds clear of Freddie Van der Vlist. Dirk Kort and Osland there, 61. Squabbling over 3rd place, and it's Osland who's on the charge because he's whittled down a 4-second gap from the previous lap. He's found himself right on the rear wheel of the French kid. Dirk Kort will know he's got a battle on his hand, almost stalling the motor there. Osland through that right-hander. Gives Dirk Kort just a little bit of breathing space as he works his way round towards turn 1 at the end of this wave section. Difficult through there as well. Different combinations for the MX1, MX2 guys. Single, double, single, or double, single, single. How it looks at the moment, Jonas Van der Vlist, Dirk Kort, Osland. That's these 2 here, battling over 3rd, then Vlaanderen. Lundgren, Puchis, Adams, Jacobi, Engelen in 10th. Van Mechelen 11th, Ricardo Rigi 12th, Silieki 13th, so he's lost ground. Rivera 14th, Facchetti, Vermeil. Travinskis, Cord Barlag, René de Jong and Filippo Zonta. Oh, and going down, Alvin Osland. He did try to hold on to it. Looked like he got a reverse grip there on the throttle side, and he stalls the engine, picking it up. So he's going to lose ground to Vlaanderen, who goes around the outside. So from challenging to a podium to dropping down to 5th place for Alvin Osland. Unfortunate for him, but that does give a little bit of breathing space. It's going to be 3 laps to go because Jonas already through, completing 12 laps. Just watch the 61. Lands and then just catches the front end, the back end kicks. And the hand, look, loses the hand, can't quite get away from the bike on the right side. Traps his leg in the process, but fortunately able to get himself out of there. So Durcourt then will know that Osland has gone down. He'll be keeping a very nervous eye in the remaining 3 laps on Calvin Verlanderen. Gap 9 seconds. But Verlanderen 2 seconds quicker that time around. So normally you'd say you'd close that gap to within 3 seconds, but a mistake here or there, or a little bit of too much relaxation for Nicolas Durcourt could see Calvin Verlanderen possibly challenging for that 3rd position on the final lap. Frederik van der Vlist on the left-hand side, 188. Kimi Ratek van der Laar, Yamaha rider. 7 seconds down on this guy, our race leader, a potential round winner. Pauls Jonas keeping it nice and calm at the moment, but wouldn't be surprised if on the final lap he's still there. Put on a bit of a display for the fans. Finished 3rd in the championship last year, did Pauls Jonas. Coming around and take the 2-lap board. 2-minute lap time that time around. He knows he's within touching distance of winning his home round. Doesn't want to do anything to throw it away. .3 clear of Freddie van der Vlist. 201.4 for him. So another bit of time ground by our race leader. Waiting for Nicolas Durcourt to come through. He comes through now with a 201.7. How far behind, though, is Calvin Verlanderen? That's the important thing. Seven seconds. So again, just whittling it down ever so slightly. Jonas knows exactly what's going on, just took a quick look across from the wave section there. Might have seen Van der Vlist just in the opposite right-hander. Looking good, though. This track can bite back at any time. But fortunately for him, he's got 8.3 seconds. Can pick and choose his lines wisely. He hasn't got to make any mistakes. Crowd loving the efforts here. Just takes a quick look up. Through the uphill waves he goes. One of the parts on the racetrack that defines this particular venue. Uphill waves through a sweeping left-hander. Rider's got to get on and off the gas at the right time. Gets rutty as the 1-lap board goes out. So Jonas then on his final lap here. Round 3 of the European Championship 125 class. One last look at the pit board as he goes down past pit lane. Got to be careful now, stay out of trouble from the back markers. One of them just moves out of the way there. He's in there somewhere. Here he is. 141, our race leader. Will Van der Star, JM Racing, KTM. Team boss Jackie Martin celebrated his 50th birthday on Wednesday. Had a bit of a party back home in Belgium. Nice birthday present to give your boss, isn't it? Van der Vlist still second, 10.6 seconds down on our race leader here. On the Kimi Ratek van der Laar, there we go. Starting to whip it for the crowd. Got to keep it straight there, got a couple of back markers to deal with. He'd like to get past them though, wouldn't he? Clear traffic, heading down the back straight where he's got a couple of back-to-back tabletops. Careful here with the back markers ahead of him. Still taking a long look over his shoulder, knows exactly where Van der Vlist is. Slight celebrations here or not? Not able to. Picking off the back markers at will, as you'd expect. Up the inside here of the 147 of Maro Seehovanen of Finland. Or Sievonen. And through the final turn then, Pauls Jonas going to take the checkered flag and he'll win here at his home round in Latvia. That's a big win for him as well, because hasn't felt any pressure at all during the course of the weekend. And surely the kid is now on his way to picking up his first European 125 title. Straight into the Will van der Staan Jam Racing Camp at the end of the straight there. Van der Vlist over the line, second, and that was how close it was, third and fourth, De Koor and Verlanderen. So Verlanderen just running out of time on the Bodo Schmidt Motorsport KTM. Lundgren should be heading over the line now, that's him in fifth. And then just behind him in sixth was Alvin Osland. And we wait for Davy Pooches. Here he is, 46. But the checkered flag going out to this guy here, 141, Pauls Jonas. Unofficially though, Van der Vlist second, De Koor third, Verlanderen fourth, Lundgren was fifth, 61 was Osland, he was in sixth place. Pooches was seventh. Here's our winner.
Pauls Jonas, congratulations. You win round 3 and your home race.
Thank you, that was awesome. Home crowd, everything. Track was really good. And yeah, enjoyed the riding. How frequent the list was coming close to me, the first laps, and it was pretty interesting.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good ride for Pauls Jonas, good ride as well for Nicolas De Koor. For some reason didn't expect him to be on the podium this weekend in the sand, but got a good start, hung it out there for a couple of laps as well. And then having said that, second in the championship, he was only 4 points behind Verlanderen, so I'm guessing he will take over second place in the championship now. Be very, very tight though. But he did get on the podium in the first race in Portugal. Probably similar conditions here, maybe just a little bit hard, a little bit stonier, but a slight sand base there in Agata. So maybe no surprise then. Crowd just settling in, still finding their way in as well from the racetrack. It's been a big festival weekend here down in Riga. Lots of, it's almost like the Midsummer Festival that we have in Scandinavia, but up in Finland. Pauls Jonas wins race 1 from Freddie Van der Vlist, Nick De Koor, Calvin Verlanderen, Anton Lundgren, Alvin Osland, Davy Pooches and Henry Jacobi. They were your top 8. Ninth was Nicholas Adams, and then Joel van Mechelen, then Max Engelen, Tommaso Ciliaca, Ricardo Righi, Lorenzo Rivera. Then we had Pacetti, the 49 of Christos Dravinskis was next. He was in 16th. Thomas Vermeulen, Mika Cord Barlag, Rennie de Jong and Filippo Zonta were your point scorers. Michael Eccles either didn't start or didn't make a lap for some reason. Championship looks like that, so Van der Vlist climbs 2. So Van der Vlist was the dark horse there. De Koor 4th, Lundgren 5th. See how they move up and down there, the green and red arrows. But no doubt about it, though, our guy who continues to lead the championship, 4 wins out of 4 so far. Pauls Jonas on the Will van der Staan JM Racing KTM. As I said a moment ago, very well placed to pick up a potential first 125 European Championship crown. atmosphere starting to pick up. A little bit of work going on the track, probably around the first corner, in and around that area. Points look like this. Maximum for KTM in the European Championship. Yamaha, Suzuki, no change. TM and Husqvarna just losing out this weekend. Podium looks like this, though. Third overall, riding the MJC Yamaha, Nicolas Durcourt. Second overall, the Kimier Raytec Vanderlei Yamaha rider, Frederik van der Vlis. And your overall winner, riding the Wilvo Nastan JM Racing KTM. None other than the 141, Pauls Jonas. The Latvian, the home crowd favourite, doesn't disappoint here this weekend as he takes to the podium. In the same position that he's been occupying all season long. Jackie Martins, team manager and a team owner for that team as well, will be on hand to collect the Manufacturers Award. KTM winning manufacturers this weekend. So trophies already being dished out. Nicolas Durcourt gets his. Frederik van der Vlis on the left just takes his trophy. Winner's trophy also being presented to Pauls Jonas, the Latvian. Nice way for him to celebrate this weekend. Getting pretty warm out there, actually. Sprinklers are on out on the track, just trying to damp it all down. Jackie Martins will receive the winning manufacturer's trophy on behalf of KTM. Nice little reminder for his 50th birthday. Celebrated during the week on Wednesday. Former world champion about 20 years ago now. Riding for Husqvarna, of course. Eddie Hurd, the UAM delegate this weekend. President of the FIM Europe MX Commission. Hands another red plate to Pauls Jonas as he continues to lead the European 125 Championship after 3 rounds. That can only mean one thing. National anthem time for Pauls Jonas. Party time on the podium then for Pauls Jonas, Frederik van der Vlis and Nicolas Durcourt. Your first 3 overall finishes here. Here's what happened in the 125 European Championship final in Latvia just a moment ago. The gate dropped. It was Davy Pooches who came across from around 7 or 8 positions, ran wide. Nicolas Durcourt and Pauls Jonas ran up the inside. And they led for the first couple of laps. And that was a battle that everyone wanted to see. Eventually, Pauls Jonas thought he'd secured the pass, but Durcourt came storming right back through. Jonas then made sure halfway around the lap 3, as he slotted neatly up the inside of Durcourt. Durcourt then would come under pressure from Frederik van der Vlis, but van der Vlis would eventually go through into second. Anton Lundgren lost a position to Albin Osland as he charged through, and he would close in on Durcourt. That was van der Vlis going into second place. Durcourt then dropped into third. This was for 5th. Anton Lundgren, 274, just losing out to the number 10 of Calvin van Vlaanderen. Albin Osland was challenging for 3rd, but then he lost out. Did the Swede, Albin Osland. And then the checker flag went out, and it was a win for Pauls Jonas. Here he is. Here's our winner.
Pauls. You didn't let the pressure of a home race get to you, and you led a very comfortable race lead.
Yeah, I try to keep calm and think that it's not a home race, it's just a normal European race, and that helps me out.
Good job, well done.
Thank you.
So 4 out of 4 then so far for Paul Jonas on the Will Renastan GM Racing KTM. He's looked comfortable all weekend long. But he's done his fair share of laps around here as well over the years. It's not often that home riders get home advantage. Jeffrey Hurling springs to mind, but sometimes the pressure can just get to the rider. Try a little bit too hard, make too many mistakes, but this guy's got a very quick motorcycle underneath him as well. Tuned to the highest level by the Will Renastan GM Racing boys. Okay, well that's it for 125 European. Join us in a moment for European 250.